Hey guys, it's Sophia back at you with another video, and this week we're going to be learning how to fix broken makeup. And if you want to know how to fix cracked makeup or just completely shattered makeup, this video is just for you. I know that the makeup that I'm fixing today, that's like when I dropped it and it cracked, my heart literally shattered into 1,000 pieces. I was so devastated, and I know if you're a makeup lover, that's like the worst thing that can ever happen. So keep watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to know how to fix broken makeup, keep watching. You're going to need obviously something that's broken. This is a Wet n Wild bronzer that I dropped and it shattered. So obviously you're gonna need some broken makeup to fix. You're gonna need rubbing alcohol. I have 50% alcohol, but I recommend use 70%. Any alcohol, rubbing alcohol will work, but 70% usually works the best. But today I'm gonna be using 50%. Then you're going to need a knife, a paper towel, or a tissue, and you're gonna need, that's backwards, and you're gonna need plastic wrap. So this is everything you're gonna need: plastic wrap, a knife, broken makeup, rubbing alcohol, a tissue, and a roll of paper towels. So first you're gonna take your broken makeup and your plastic wrap, I guess if that's what you wanna call it. Just wrap it underneath. And then you're going to take your knife and you're going to shatter it more. Just crush it up as fine as you can, like as fine as possible. As you guys can see, now that I'm done crushing it up, it is super fine. I'm just fixing it. And you want it to almost look like dusty soil, I guess you could describe it that way. I also forgot to mention you're going to need a spoon just to add a few drops of the rubbing alcohol into the powdery, well, mine's a bronzer, but whatever makeup product you're fixing. Just enough. I'm not going to use this whole teaspoon, but just enough. So you're only going to want to add a few drops of it in. So that was about 3 drops. And you're supposed to do it with a dropper, but we do not have one. And you can just start with a little bit and then keep adding it until you have a paste consistency. And you're going to take this spoon and just mix it until you have a paste consistency. So it's starting to form a paste. You guys can start to see it's kind of starting to get chunky, but I also started to realize that it's starting to spill out, and I thought the pan was going to be big enough to stir in it, but I'm actually going to pour the powder in a bowl and just mix the rest in there until it becomes a paste, and add the paste into the pan when it's done. So as you guys can see, it's starting to form kind of a chunky consistency. Everything's starting to ball up. It's still pretty pasty, but I'm actually going to add about 3 or 4 drops of water just to see if it helps with the chunkiness of it. So far I've only done about 7 drops of the rubbing alcohol, so I don't know. Let's try that. Okay, so I think this is finally creamy enough, and I'm going to put it back in the pan. Okay, so now that I've gotten as much paste as I could out of this bowl, I'm going to start to flatten the paste in the pan. Okay, so I'm just about done spreading the paste out in the pan. It's a little thick on the sides, so I want to, because you can't really tell with the depth of the camera, but you guys can kind of see how it's kind of sunken in, I guess you could say, in the middle. So I'm just going to try and even out the entire thing to make sure that the whole thing is flat and even and not just the edges. Don't worry, the next step will smoothen it out so there won't be all these rigid lines all over it. But even then, I'm pretty impressed that it's still put back together. The next step, I think that's about as even as it's gonna get. So the next step is just to tap it on a flat surface like that, just so you can remove any air bubbles that's in the makeup, because you don't want it cracking. One thing I am noticing was this was a shimmer bronzer, and it's not very shiny anymore. I don't know if that's because of the rubbing alcohol, but I mean that I'm okay with that. At least this is put back together. But just note that if you are wondering where the shimmer goes, if you are trying to fix a shimmer product, that it might not come back as shiny as it used to be. So now you're going to need your tissue or paper towel, and I'm going to use a tissue just because it's thinner and I don't want the paper towel to completely absorb all the makeup. But you're just going to wrap the compact in the tissue paper, and then take the cap of the rubbing alcohol and just kind of smooth it out over it. That way, see how it absorbs all that rubbing alcohol and just makes it smoother. This way, you can also even it out how you like, and it won't be so oily and drying on your skin. Because that's another thing you have to remember, since you are fixing it with the rubbing alcohol, you have to be careful with how you apply it, but this will absorb all the rubbing alcohol, so it shouldn't dry out your skin as much. Okay, and I think we're about done, so I'm going to unwrap it. You can tell it's still a little bit wrinkled, which is okay. I'm actually going to take I might just take the actual cap and just kind of smooth it out this way. But that is at least better than nothing. At least it will be back to pieces. May not be 100%. The product may not look 100%, but at least you have the product back. So I'm just going to take this over and just kind of keep doing that until it's like the flattest that I want it. Also, another thing that could be causing those wrinkles is how the paper towel or tissue is folded over it. So just keep that in mind while you're patting it. Q-tip and just clean the edges if you're not that much of a perfectionist. I don't really care if the edges are dirty, but yeah, so this was what your finished product should look like before putting. Just let it sit for 1 hour and then come back to it, or at least until it's slightly damp, and then take the tissue over it again and dampen it, and then you'll be able to get a perfectly smooth surface. Okay guys, so I've actually waited more than an hour, and the bronzer is still a little not goopy, but it's not completely set. And so I'm actually going to let it sit overnight, and I will get back to you guys in the morning around I guess 7 o'clock when it should be ready by then. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, so it's been about 8 hours and I have waited overnight for it to dry, and this is the final product. As you guys can see, it's now powdery, and it was like a jelly-like consistency when I first put it in the pan, but since it dried down, it's better. So, and I'll also do a swatch for you guys. So as you guys can see, it's still super pigmented, and it actually gained some of its glitter back, so yeah. Okay guys, I hope you guys like this video. I was just editing it, and I realized that the outro had no audio to it, so I just wanted to refilm my outro really quick. I hope you guys like this video. It definitely helped me with my cracked bronzer, and if you guys want any more makeup tips or hacks, comment down below. Bye!